Mastodon are a metal band from Atlanta. They were formed in 2000. They've had a stable lineup and 8 studio albums. Hi, my name's Dan, and you should subscribe to this channel. It might be the only fun thing that you do today. Is it a risk? Step out of your comfort zones. Hit that subscribe button. I'm trying all sorts of different things. We're going to see if anybody subscribes at any point. I've got a few. It's okay. Right, on to the album. So this is Mastodon's third album, and I would describe it as progressive metal. And so, just in case you're not really sure what that means, progressive rock is a rock genre that kind of emerged in the 70s with a particular emphasis on complex music. And progressive metal has taken the complexity that is apparent in prog rock and applied it in metal situations. And so that's what this is. Particularly, there's complex rhythms at work. There's all sorts of interesting things going on in the music. There's a variety of sounds. Some of it's very on the metal side. Some of it's more kind of rock-like. I can occasionally hear hints of influence from Thin Lizzy in there, which has got to be a good thing. The vocals are generally, they're mixed. So some of them are clear, some of them are harsh, and some of them have unusual vocal effects, which is nice to hear something different. And there's some guests from different bands appearing, particularly on vocals. It's a concept album about a mythical man climbing a mountain and a crystal skull, and that sort of thing. Just listening to it, it's not easy to pick that out. I got that information from reading up on the album. The words are often quite hard to make out, but when you do, they're clearly fantasy metal. And fantasy metal is generally, in my book, a fairly good thing. And this caused me to have a side thought, which is I wonder what overlap there is between people who like metal and people who like fantasy. If you were to draw a Venn diagram, and you have people who like metal, and people who like, I can't do this reverse thing, fantasy, then you'd get an overlap. But I think that actually the overlap would be bigger than you'd expect from the proportions from society, because the two somewhat go together. Anyway, one thing I particularly like about fantasy metal is that it doesn't have some of the difficult subject matter that some metal music has. When I say difficult, I think you know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about things that make you think. I'm talking about stuff that's deliberately upsetting or obnoxious in various ways. Anyway, moving on. In general, I wouldn't say I was a strong metal fan, but I would say I was metal tolerant. And I particularly do enjoy metal when it's on the prog side, because that tends to make it more interesting musically. So I liked this. I quite enjoyed it as an album. I suspect, being prog on the progressive side of things, that if I listened to it more often, I'd start to like it more as you listen through. So progressive music often is like that. It's a bit of kind of grower rather than an instant hit. But I did like it on my 2 hearings that I've had come through. My one complaint is that maybe the recording, the production could be a bit cleaner. It's a little bit mushy. And if it was cleaner, some of the complexity of it would probably come through better. Anyway, that's what I think. But what do you think? Do you know this album? Have you heard this album? Why not have a listen? And then let me know what your thoughts are, because I'm sure you've got some. Stick them in the comments down below. That's it from me for now.